This is what they tell you your subject area is, even though they don't give you a study guide. So you get legal information, observation, surveillance, guns, evidence, interrogating people. So I Googled all those. I put all those words into Google, and this is what I got. And just so, you got interrogations, you got your guard dogs from Texas over there, you got some guns, and this is called client relations. So basically, after you're done with all this is what it's cost me, basically. This is your breakdown of 2 years of, year by year, what it's going to cost you. So you're going to spend about $2,000 in your first year between insurance and all the other stuff, plus 80 hours of your time and a number of other things working for someone else while you are making, minimum wage. Because if they know they got you, what are they going to pay you? They're not going to pay you what you're making. So you're going to go through this process and make a lot less money. And then each year after you finally are done, this is about what it's going to cost you. And then you've got, 40 hours or whatever of continuing education. So my real question now, after you've all gone through all this fighting, gone through weeks and weeks of training, and spent a lot of money on your own, who's gonna deal with certifications? If certifications, basically this could become the death of some of those certifications, because who's gonna say, hey, I got a CCE while you're on the stand? If that's, maybe that's a second thing. The first thing's gonna become, and I understand there's a difference between, how these things work and whatever, and that, certification does not necessarily give you qualifications for your licensing and things like that. But this is really a big question, because now it's kind of destroying these. So my final thing basically here is the things that you can do, because that's what I really want you to get out of this, because we need to change the world. That's really the point. We've been sitting around and not paying attention and not doing stuff and working the system, and now they're getting to where they're changing the laws to affect our jobs and our businesses. So the first thing is you need to start thinking about whether or not you think we need a special license. Because if some tech people are not starting to work on politicians and start to become politicians, we're not going to make any advances. You cannot make a change just because you go talk to a board or you're hoping that that's going to happen. Until somebody gets in there and actually starts to take over some of these things that actually understands technology, we're going to have the tubes of the internet. So that's basically what we're going to have every time we turn around. People that have no clue about what we're doing. So, and I want to make sure that you understand that, you don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. You're somebody yourself. If you're not paying attention to your state and reading these things, and go to that legislation page, because if you're not paying attention to the legislation page, that's where you're going to lose. So, and then I got my references and blah, blah, blah. This is what Kessler's notebook looks like. You guys can go look at your own and find out what that letter is. And that's it for me.